Hey guys, what's up? And welcome back to another episode of Pageant Preparation. In today's episode, I want to talk about the common mistakes made by pageant contestants, including myself and a lot of the clients that I work with. And so, if you're planning to compete in a beauty pageant anytime soon, then keep watching and make notes so that you don't make these same mistakes in your pageant journey. The first mistake that a lot of contestants make is not researching the pageant that they're about to compete in, not researching about their values, their goals, and most importantly, the pageant directors themselves. When you're applying to compete in a beauty pageant, not just are you going to look for winning the competition, but as a title holder, you also are going to be working with that very organization. You're going to be in close contact with the director, the team, the staff, and you're basically going to be an employee, a spokesperson for that organization, and representing that brand. So before you jump into your pageant journey and get all excited about winning a certain competition, you do have to realize that as a contestant, is this victory even important to you? I've seen so many contestants put in all of their energy and time into preparing for the auditions and interviewing, and halfway through their pageant journey they kind of realize that this is not what they were really looking for. This is not what they actually wanted to do, and they don't seem to be getting along well with the organization. Some of the ethics and values don't align. Sometimes they don't like the work environment that they are going to be in, and rather than regretting it in the future and not having the best possible reign you could have, instead, as a contestant, before you start your pageant journey, make sure that you speak to someone with experience, perhaps prior contestants who have competed in the pageants. And if you can, do speak to some of the previous winners of that same competition. Or you can get in touch with a pageant coach who can give you the guidance as to whether or not that competition makes sense for you at this stage of your life, whether winning that competition is going to be giving you the opportunities that you're actually looking for. There is often so much misinformation and just the wrong kind of expectations that contestants have from certain organizations and platforms that winning this will get me that. But a lot of the times there's not that much truth to it. It's also because of what social media portrays to us. A lot of the times the opportunities being promised do not actually translate into reality once the competition is over. And I have clients come back to me and say that, oh, I thought this was going to happen, but this is not the case. And a lot of the times those expectations were based off solely verbal agreements, which is not something contestants should believe in. If an organization is promising you a certain cash prize or certain modeling contracts or magazine cover photo shoots, unless it's written down in an agreement and you have signed on it somewhere, you can't hold an organization to something that they just happen to say over a phone call. Because during the promotion stage, when an organization wants as many contestants to compete in their competition, there might be some false promises being made, and this has happened to a lot of the contestants that I have spoken with. So as a contestant, do your due diligence, make sure you speak to the previous winners, understand how they benefited from the journey, not just the immediate rewards of right after winning, which is the sash and the crown, and perhaps in the week after winning she had a lot of media presence, but try to see how in the long term their career has gotten shaped because of that pageant, and then you will understand whether or not it makes sense to invest in this particular pageant platform. The second common mistake made by pageant contestants is directly wanting to jump into national level pageants. Now, there are so many pageants happening across the world that as a pageant beginner, often it's very overwhelming to understand how do you start your pageant journey, which competition should you go for. And like I mentioned, of course, research is important, but at the same time, of course, the national level competitions are going to have the maximum return on investment. They come with the most amount of prestige and exposure. But as a beginner, if you feel that you are not ready for national level competitions, and you have to gauge that as a contestant yourself, do you have enough stage experience? Do you have enough experience public speaking? Do you have enough modeling experience, which is such a useful and almost mandatory asset and skill to have as a pageant title holder? So it's important that you grow and gradually make your way up to national competitions. This is something that I suggest to a lot of the clients who come to me for clarity sessions, because if you bite off more than you can chew, it's just going to be disappointment in a public arena. And a lot of the times, the contestants get so demotivated and discouraged because they look at all of these prepared contestants around them when they directly go to national level competitions, where other contestants have usually come after years of experience and training and grooming. And this is not to demotivate or ask someone to not even give it a shot. But if you're trying to aim for a national level title and you're serious about it, you have to go in with realistic expectations. And a lot of the times, I tell people to experiment with smaller local pageants and gradually build up the experience and confidence to be able to compete nationally, so that when you actually compete at national level, you don't feel out of place in that room filled with women who have been doing this over years. And of course, the answer to this question of whether or not you should go for nationals right now and go for your dream title depends on what your age is, at what stage of life you are at, what is the eligibility criteria of the competition that you're going for, how many years do you have left to be eligible to compete. And a lot of those factors come into play, which is why this is going to be such a personal choice and it's going to vary for everyone. The third common mistake that a lot of contestants make is investing in the wrong place. Now, you could be investing a buttload of money in your wardrobe, but trust me, as someone who has competed in pageants, judged pageants, and is now a pageant coach, I can tell you that having the most expensive evening gown is not going to play a role in you winning the competition. What matters is your performance. And now, as a contestant or a pageant aspirant, you have to make the right choice of what requires the most amount of investment from your end. For some, it could be training and grooming, working with a pageant coach. If you feel that you're already pretty trained and groomed and you feel ready for the competition, look at whether your wardrobe needs help, or maybe it's just styling that needs help and you already have quite a few good pieces in your wardrobe. Investing in a good stylist was something that really helped me in my personal pageant journey, because the stylist came home and actually helped me look through my wardrobe and try to put together as many looks as I could with the already existing items in my wardrobe, so that I didn't have to go shopping for all new items when it came to my pageant wardrobe. For some contestants, this investment could be investing in good hair and makeup training classes. And I say hair and makeup training and not hair and makeup artists, because there are just so many days in pageants where you have to do your own hair and makeup, and investing in a professional, while it is a good idea, it could turn out to be more expensive. And so just learning to do your own hair and makeup, investing in those workshops and classes will make you feel a lot more self-reliant, and you won't be stressing out when you have to show up with hair and makeup at 7 a.m. The next most common mistake is saving the best for last. Now, there are so many ways in which contestants have this, I'm going to peak at the end and right before the finale, or when it comes to their social media posts. Sometimes a lot of the contestants are saving their best photo shoot pictures or some big reveal or announcement that they want to make, and they're trying to leave it to the very last minute in case somebody else copies them, or for whatever mindset or reason that could be. In my experience and expert opinion, that logic does not work. And so don't try to save the best for last. You want to be able to get out of that scarcity mindset and put out your brand, put out your content as soon as possible, because saving the best for last does give you content towards the end of the pageant journey. However, it does not guarantee that somebody else won't get the first move advantage. I've seen so many girls save their photo shoot pictures, which they actually clicked a year before the pageant, and they're saving to post them right before the pageant auditions. Doing that just ends up with you posting a year old pictures, which you were saving for no reason. And a lot of the times, when you post things and put those things out as soon as possible, you open yourself up to a lot more opportunities that you probably didn't even think of. Which is why when you're saving the best for last, you are kind of in the mindset that this is the best you have, which is not something that really works when you're in a pageant and you're looking to inspire and empower other women to dream big. And if I had to leave you with one piece of advice, and this is probably the most common mistake that pageant contestants make, is trying to do everything yourself. Do not try to be a one woman army, because pageants are anything but a one person effort. It requires a team. And so, like I said, invest in experts that you need to assist you, but also remember that financially, also, you don't have to do everything yourself. You can start a crowd fundraiser, which can help you sponsor a lot of the expenses that will come along in your pageant journey. Now, having a great social media presence will definitely help you with that, and people would love to sponsor you. And these sponsors could include designers who want to help with your pageant wardrobe. It could be photographers helping you out with your photo shoots, could be hotels assisting you in your stay, stylists, nutritionists, gym trainers, and so many people who would want to be a part of your pageant journey. And you can work out a mutually benefiting program that works for everyone. So make sure that you make your own personal team who is by your side no matter what, and also delegate tasks, because you're not meant to be in this journey alone. And trust me, the victory will only mean so much more when you have a lot of other people to share it with. And so, those are the common mistakes made by pageant contestants that I have seen over the years. And I hope that this video helped you in realizing where you could be possibly making the same kind of mistakes. And make sure to not repeat these, because I would love for my experience to help you and a lot of other pageant aspirants as well. If you liked this video, don't forget to give it a big thumbs up, and also click on the subscribe button down below so that you get notified every time I post a new episode. As always, I love you guys so much, and I will see you very soon in my next pageant video. Bye.